Beloved Madridistas, welcome back to Madrid. Welcome back to the channel. Let me give you my thoughts on this really excellent performance last night. It was one of the really one of the better performances I think all year. It's incredible, how well the team can play when every single player is playing at 100% in terms of intensity. It's really incredible, and also, it's amazing the difference it makes to play a 4-4-2 in a diamond formation in the midfield. I've been harping on about this for pretty much all year. What a difference it makes when we play with two wingers up front and we have four midfielders. Jude playing in that 10 position. It makes an enormous difference. Let me give you my thoughts on the match, but also I want to tell you guys about the atmosphere in the Bernabeu, which, it's interesting. After the Arsenal debacle, I was really curious to see how the Bernabeu would react. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. And, of course, we have to mention the refs because every week in La Liga, we have to talk about the refs. Anyway, thanks for joining me, as always, and let's get started. Madridistas, welcome back. Okay, let me give you my thoughts on the match last night. And first of all, just to tell you a little bit about the atmosphere, because, I went with my uncle, as always, and we were kind of commenting that, historically, the Bernabeu is really can be brutal. If the team is not playing well, and in situations like this, the Bernabeu can be really cruel, and you can hear whistles, and it's a kind of a brutal place. And we were kind of bracing ourselves for that possibility, but it was really surprising that it wasn't like that at all. The Bernabeu was surprisingly supportive and conciliatory and sort of forgiving. It really felt like the crowd was telling the players that it's okay, we're still with you, and we still back you, and really it was kind of encouraging because, like I say, historically the Bernabeu can be absolutely brutal. I mean, one thing that I would maybe mention is that there was probably a high incidence of non-abonados at the match, because if you own seats and you don't attend the match, you can give them back to the club. The club will resell them and then give you like 35% of the money, which accrues for next year's, fees. But it felt to me like maybe a lot of socios had given their seats up. It just felt like the crowd was kind of predominantly, foreigners. So I don't know if that had something to do with it, but like I say, the Bernabeu was surprisingly conciliatory and supportive yesterday, and it was really good to see. Okay, let's talk about the lineup. Now the lineup, I think Ancelotti sent a message that he was going to take the defensive aspect of this match very seriously because he played, he obviously packed the midfield, which I like to see because Kylian couldn't play. But, I think putting Fede as right back and Camavinga as left back, I think signaled that he was very worried about the defensive side of things. It turned out to work really well. So he had Asensio and Rudiger in the middle of defense, Fede on the right, Cama on the left. In the middle of the pitch, he had Modric, Ceballos, Tchouaméni, and then Jude further up front. Now, this is a formation I really like to see. I think it brings out the best. I think if you look at in terms of our play, I just think it made a real difference to have that fourth midfielder. And then up front, we had Rodrigo and Vini, of course. Now, in terms of the match itself, I think, I think that the whole match was really good. Now, in the first half, I think we played very well. We weren't creating very clear chances, admittedly, and we have to give credit to Athletic de Bilbao. I think they defended very well, but we were playing well. We were circulating the ball with a lot of speed. We were recovering the ball very quickly. We were kind of all pressing together. The team looked very compact, but we weren't actually translating that into very clear chances. Now, as the game went on and into the second half, that changed, and we played with the same level, I think, of dominance. Just very quick ball rotation, a great movement off the ball. The second we would lose the ball, all the players in that exact area would press instantly, and there was always 2 or 3 players around short to press the ball and recover it immediately. I think it was just a very comprehensive performance, and like I say, in the second half, we started to really create chances. And as the minutes went by and we kept missing chances, it just felt like one of those matches where you think, the ball doesn't want to go in today. It's just one of those days where the ball doesn't want to go in. And it kind of had that feeling for a while. Then, of course, Vini scores, and the goal is disallowed. And, this is just, again, I don't know what to say. It's very hard to cover La Liga without mentioning this ref issue. I mean, this was ludicrous. Enric didn't touch the ball. The player that touched the ball, it was the head of the Athletic de Bilbao defender when he was going to ground. And Enric didn't touch the ball. He wasn't involved in the play, and the goal was scored way later. It just made absolutely no sense. But this is what we're used to in this league. Anyway, the minutes went on, and then of course you had the potential penalty on Jude. And what is really striking about this is that they didn't even. The VAR booth didn't even. First of all, it was a clear penalty because we could all see it. But the VAR booth didn't even they didn't even mention it. The ref don't even bother looking at it, and it's kind of extraordinary because the previous day I watched the Barça Celta match, and in that match alone there was Rafinha should have had a red card that he didn't see. There was a clear red card on Íñigo Martínez. There was a breakaway, and the Celta player was attacking. It was a one-on-one situation. And Íñigo Martínez pulls him from the back. He was the last man. That's a clear red card. Of course, it was not. Nothing came of it. Not even a foul. There was a penalty on Celta that wasn't called. And then, of course, in the last minutes of the match, they give a penalty to Dani Olmo. Now, in that occasion, the VAR booth went crazy and called the ref immediately to review it. But of course, in the case of Jude's penalty, no, that's not even worth looking at. It's not even worth looking at. So, by the way, the Dani Olmo, it may have been a legitimate penalty, but he's a player that shouldn't be playing, okay? Because we just found out recently that Barça did not have the money, has not received the funds, with which they claim they could inscribe Dani Olmo. So once again, a player that shouldn't even be playing. Anyway, I'm sorry I have to mention it, but every single week it's just nauseating. And the press here, the Madridista YouTubers and the Madridista press here is going absolutely crazy. Real Madrid TV as well, because it's just every single week. The number of points that have been taken away from us this season is incredible. I know we're playing like shit. We're playing very poorly, and I've been very critical of our play, and I've admitted that we're just not playing very well at all. But we can't ignore the fact that we just have, in tight games, these decisions always go against us. But anyway, on the whole, let's go back to the match. On the whole, I think this was a really, really good performance by everybody. In terms of individual players, I think special mention to Fede, who is just, this guy has a very unique ability to just play in any position. There's a naturality about him on the pitch that's just, he's so comfortable all the time. He never looks panicked. He never looks rushed. He always makes the right decision. He's always in the right place at the right time. And whether he's playing right back or in the middle of the pitch, it's just extraordinary how effective this player is. And of course, that goal he scored at the end was just, I mean, it's incredible. The power that this guy puts on the ball is extraordinary. It was an absolutely spectacular goal, and Fede, I think we all agree, would be man of the match. I also want to mention Vini. I think Vini had a fantastic match, and you could tell from the very first minute we were talking about it that he was so aggressive. Vini was just taking people on from the very first minute. You just had the feeling that he wanted this match, and I think he was wonderful, very aggressive. The Vini that we all remember from a few months ago and last year. He woke up last night. I think he played really, really well. Asensio, I want to mention Asensio as well. I think this kid has real Real Madrid DNA. Okay, that thing that Carvajal has, that thing that Sergio Ramos had, that special grit, that special pride, that attitude, that aggressiveness, he's so resolute. That this kid has Real Madrid DNA written all over him. I thought he had a fabulous match. There was only one tackle where he was late, got a yellow card, but that was a strategic foul and made a lot of sense to break the counter. I think Asensio was wonderful. Camavinga, I think, had a really, really good game as well. I think he had a very complete game. Defended very well. He was quick. He moved the ball quickly. I thought Camavinga played really well. But I think, honestly, I think Modric had played very well, especially I think in the first half. He sort of died down as the match went on. But Modric was wonderful, I think, distributing the ball. Ceballos was very good as well, ran a lot, huge effort. I think he played very well. And Tchouaméni was excellent as well. I thought Tchouaméni played one of his better matches. And ever since Tchouaméni got whistled a few matches ago, he seems to have picked up his game. I think Tchouaméni was fabulous. Rodrigo, maybe not quite, as fortunate. He certainly tried and had a few, amazing controls and dribbles. But just a little bit unlucky in the final third. So he was, maybe not as prominent as Vini. Jude, I think, worked, really, really hard. But I love him in this position. I love him moving up the middle channel, getting into the box. He almost scored a couple of goals. This is the formation we need to be playing, and this is where Jude needs to be playing. I think he had a less spectacular match, but worked really hard and contributed. So look, I think overall this was a very, very good team performance. We're not gonna give up on this Liga. We're gonna keep trying. All the elements are stacked against us, but we're going to keep fighting for this Liga. And I think last night's performance was a very good kind of reconciliation with the Bernabeu and the players. So anyway, we're going to keep fighting because that's what we do. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Going to keep it short this time. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for joining me. And as always, and forever, a la Madrid.